Welcome back to the Steady Show. It's been so long since I've done a show. But anytime I go missing, believe me, I go do things that are in my interest. I notice some interesting conversations taking place in the black community. Something I saw years ago and felt like I was the only person thinking that way. Just the myriad of issues that are created because of the black woman, her lack of knowledge of her role in a man's life, and not just in a man's life, but in the home. And a big part of this has to do with the fact that many black women have been raised by single black women who teach the most about men, yet they themselves were real big failures when it came on to men. And the whole thing becomes a cycle. And then the social media age came in and women started monetizing their bodies and doing all kinds of things to gain popularity. Lately I have come across the Crimson Cure. Check out her channel on YouTube. She speaks directly to a lot of the root causes behind the issues with so many black women. But I believe the conversation needs to go further because, while there are a lot of men that are speaking out, many of these men also turn a blind eye to the issues in their own lives because they were also raised by single women. So it has become commonplace for many men and women, especially from the younger generations, to, when they don't have a father in their lives, they just kind of overlook that and move on without any desire to even get to know the other party that was in the relationship because they gave their moms the benefit of the doubt. One of the big questions for me is the issue with men not having fathers to teach them to lead. Is that as big an issue as the issue with black women not responding to black men's leadership? And a lot of men don't know how to lead, let's face it. Leadership really starts with a sense of self-respect, usually something you can learn from being around other men. And a lot of times men complain about things that they could very much speak up about and not care about the consequences. So the truth is that you do have the power to take charge of your own life, to really look at, your own upbringing and to take a critical look at how you were raised and some of the things that you're lacking. And I dare say to a lot of men, make a deliberate effort, especially if you're an adult. Try to get to know who your father was coming up. So while women need to break the negative cycles, especially as it relates to this single mom syndrome and the single parent syndrome, whereas many women believe that the only role that the father should play in the child's life is to support the child financially and not caring too much about the father having a relationship. I'm going to say to a lot of fathers, if you have children out there, connect with your children. For older children who you would have understood from your own relationships with because it's only when you can identify your own faults that you can take accountability. And when you take accountability, you will not have an issue with holding others accountable, especially women, because let's face it, at the end of the day, regardless of how bad The issues are out there. Men must still lead. And many women, they look to men for leadership. But if you're not strong enough to say no and enough to certain things, then the cycle will continue. So let me know your feedback on this. Is the bigger problem the fact that women do not want to be led, or is it that men don't know how to lead? Let me know in the comments. This is The Steady Show. If you need more content like this, go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.